I was alive, I used to cast voodoo spells, but not just any spells. I used to imprison the dead bodies of bad people and turn them into slaves. That's how powerful my spells were. In light of all this, I gave myself a name, Alastor. It's an ancient Greek word for a punisher, and since I used to punish people, I thought I was worthy of the name. Of course, I used to be a serial killer, stealthy, always smiling, and charismatic. In my time, these were important details because the only state-of-the-art technology was the radio. I used to tell stories on my radio during the day and go on manhunts at night, killing only and only bad people to make them pay for their crimes in this world and the next. The disembodied souls became my servants, adding to my power, and I grew stronger and stronger every day. I had so many human souls that my power continued to grow. People never suspected me because of my charismatic presence and my broadcasts on the radio. I was a very popular radio broadcaster in the 1930s when I met Mimsy, a beautiful woman who was famous for her dances. Even though she was older than me, I found her attractive and would go to her place to watch her shows. I would enjoy the show with a glass of whiskey, and in the meantime, I would keep an eye out for my next prey in the place. And then I would go after the person I had my eye on at night. But there was one thing I forgot. Even if I got stronger, this body of mine was mortal, and one day I would die.
Sorry to interrupt the story here. Just as a reward for this effort, you can like the video and express your opinions about this cartoon series in the comments. If you are still not subscribed to my channel, you can subscribe. Thank you to join members. Don't forget to come to my Discord server for chat and theories. And welcome to my channel and video.
It was 1933, and again at night I was dragging a lifeless body through the forest. I had tasted the flesh, it was still moving. As I went deeper into the forest, I could only hear owls. I started to dig a hole. This male body was quite large, and I had to dig a deep hole. As I dug, my body started to get tired and distracted. At that moment, because all my attention was on the grave I was digging, I did not realize that a hunter with his dog was coming towards me. The dog had caught my scent and brought the hunter to me. Before I saw the hunter, I was hit by a bullet right in the middle of my forehead and collapsed. All my spells, all my dignity had suddenly lost their significance. As I closed my eyes, I could hear the screams of all those people whose souls I possessed. For me, this was just the beginning. I knew that after all my sins and all that I had done, my place would be hell. The souls that I had on earth continued to give me strength here. Suddenly, I realized something. I could do all the things I had dreamed of here. No medium can judge me. But what was I aiming for? Of course, to be the most powerful in hell with the narcissism of my personality. My power was more than many overlords here because the source of my power was the souls I had on earth. The day I came to hell was the day of harvest. The gates of heaven were opened and armies of angels began to pour into hell. I was watching, unaware of what was happening. Everything was happening so fast that my blood was boiling. Here was the chaos I was looking for. Here were the souls I was looking for. That night, countless creatures were slaughtered and dozens of overlords were destroyed. I had to turn this moment of crisis into an opportunity. I had to bring all the overlords to their knees, starting with the little ones. I had to earn my respect in the world, so I bought myself a radio tower and started broadcasting, entertaining people, and most importantly, increasing my population. Everything was so good that I was making my broadcasts, imprisoning the overlords whose power I had taken, and making people listen to them on the radio broadcasts I had made. After 20 years, my fame had increased, my power had increased considerably, and the number of souls I had collected had reached thousands. Of course, I didn't destroy some spirits, I made deals and turned them into slaves to serve me. One of them was my old friend Husk, a gambling overlord until he met me. As soon as he thought he was shrewd, he lost. The more he lost, the greedier he got, and the greedier he got, the closer I got to my goal. He was so low and disgraced that he went so far as to do anything to win. That's when I made my move and sat down for one last game with the husk. He was blinded by his ambition, and I was confidently laying out my cards. This time it was against his soul. If he lost, his soul would now be mine. First, I made him believe that he had won, and when he least expected it, I put my cards on the table, the cards that had caused him to lose. If you could have seen the fear in his eyes, the confusion, the look of going into the unknown. Oh, you have no idea how much I enjoyed it. But I decided to keep a bell for him to serve only me, so I had a servant who did everything I wanted. While everything was going great for me, it was 1950. A new man had arrived in hell. He was different, strong but quick to lose his cool. His name was Voxed. Soon I met him and we became friends. He as a famous TV personality and I as a radio host. But his ambition began to overtake mine. What ended our friendship was his interest in me. When he told me he liked me, I rejected him and he was furious. He lost control, as he always does, and started attacking me. But he didn't know the extent of my power. I had tasted hell before he was even born and started collecting souls. Although my power was much greater than his, he had considerable power thanks to his ever-increasing population. After a big fight, I managed to defeat him, but I was exhausted. My strength was exhausted, and even though I had won the battle, I had lost a lot. I descended into the depths of hell to regain my strength. I met countless overlords, made friends with some, enemies with others, and possessed the souls of some. But I didn't know the limits of my power until I met someone far more powerful than I, Lilith. Although I was impressed by her grace, she had a threatening presence. I began to tread carefully and to advance our friendship. Her power was important to me because Lilith meant hell, and hell had to be mine. Over the years we kept it going, we made plans. She helped me gather powerful souls, and I paved the way for her future leadership, running her errands until that day came.
Yes, friends, we are ending the story, and here. In this video, which I told you as a story, I actually included dozens of theories. I would like to thank the friends who transferred these theories to me on YouTube Beta and on my Discord server. They know themselves, so thank you very much for their labor and interest. By coming to the Hazbin Hotel livestream in the evening, you can join this conversation, present your theories, or just enjoy the atmosphere. If you have watched this far, it means you liked the video. You can subscribe to my channel, give your opinion in the comments, or support us by liking the video. See you in the next video. Bye.